What you want, yeah. We just chillin' by the WaWas, lemonade with the large fries. Puff twice for the calm high, ayy, what you want, yeah. Big checks make the bank bounce. Old school candy paint down. Bad chicks, they from down south, ayy, what you want, yeah.
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, BQ Quick Review. I'm your host, BQ, and today we're going to be doing a reaction video to Wheat Waffles. These three platforms single-handedly destroyed dating. We're going to get right into this, but make sure you like and comment as it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want me to react to a video, just go down in the comments and put the video down below, or just go to my Instagram at biquon, and I'll get right to it. But let's get right to this video right here.
Instagram, TikTok, Tinder. These three apps have had a massive impact on the dating lives of men, more so than all the other thousands and thousands of apps out there combined. Some of the ways these apps have changed dating are not what you'd think, and starting with Instagram, you'll see the first big problem it has caused is it inflates women's standards.
I agree.
By nature, Instagram places...
Yeah, I agree. Sorry for pausing there for that moment, but I agree. I think that Instagram and just a lot of dating apps just these days definitely inflate a lot of girls' egos. But yeah, let's see what else he's gonna say. This is just the beginning. I know Weedy likes to go in on his videos in great detail, so let's see what else he says.
Women in a hyper-abundant setting where they are constantly getting their beauty validated by their female friends and male simps they've never met.
Yeah.
Every like, comment and guy that slides into their DMs telling she's beautiful all makes women feel slightly more desired, which then in turn means their standards slowly but surely creep up. And they creep up to the point where their standards detach away from their true value. What's more is, in response, it causes an arms race amongst men because in order to stay competitive, they now need to dish out more free validation and lower their standards further. A race to the bottom and repeating cycle in a sense. Additionally, the problem is made worse because on Instagram, quality does not matter, only quantity does. It makes no difference if an attractive guy gives her a like, or if an unattractive, low-status guy does. Because no one is ever looking at the individual profiles that like or follow a woman. All people see is the number. And this concept has quite a shocking side effect. Because, due to the fact women know all that matters is numbers, and any woman who's used Instagram before knows the more she shows her skin, the more likes she gets, she is then incentivized to post more revealing photos to receive more attention. This isn't difficult to...
But this is a double-edged sword that I don't think women realize, because yes, you can put more skin and stuff on, and I'm not saying you gotta be on the internet with, you know, hijab and covered all over and stuff, but you know, just be reasonable with how much skin you're showing, because if you don't, then guys are gonna just think, oh, this is not somebody I want a wife, or this is probably a hoe. And you might not be either of those things, a very pleasant girl, but you know, the image is very important, you know. So it's just like you wouldn't like wife, I mean, I said wife, I was about to say wife a dude. You wouldn't get with a dude that's like looking bummy or looking dusty or anything, not knowing that he could be a very pleasant dude and everything, but it doesn't matter. You know, the first interaction, or you know, the first time you're seeing somebody is very important, and basically a first impression is important. And a lot of times your online profile will be important, like especially for the guys that you might want. They're very picky and they don't like the girls being out there, including me. I'm not the type that likes my girl to be out there. But let's continue.
Oh, I just went on this random Instagram model's profile and these are her 6 most recent posts. Now, which two do you think got the highest number of likes?
Obviously the ones with the bikini.
Unsurprisingly, it was these two, which both eclipsed 10,000. As for the others, they barely cracked a few thousands. So, what this means is if women want to capitalise on their beauty, we will see more and more women reveal parts of their body they otherwise wouldn't have shown. And some will even go as far as creating exclusive pages in order to improve their finances. The fact that the majority of these men subscribing are likely unattractive and low value does not matter. Because as stated, on Instagram, everyone's like, follow and cash dollars are equal. The only thing that matters is the numbers, not the quality of the guy giving them.
Yeah.
Now, you might be thinking, This isn't a problem for me because so long I don't get involved, I won't be affected. However, this is a dumb argument because for the women that have these kind of things going on in their life, the further they go down this pipeline, the less desirable they are for a relationship. You not subscribing and not having Instagram doesn't change the fact all girls are pressured into following this path. And the extent...
Okay, but my argument to that, though, I disagree a little bit with what he's trying to insinuate. He's trying to say that although you don't participate in, just giving these women validation and being on Instagram, that it doesn't affect you. But you not participating in that, it does affect how things are. And if you're just choosing the women who don't put these showing all their skin on the internet and on Instagram and things like that, if you don't choose those women, they could do whatever they want or whatever. Just understand the risk and there's pros and cons to everything. And yeah, just guys, like, stop liking girls' pictures that you don't know. Like, I only like girls' pictures if I know them or I've talked to them or something like that, or they might be doing something cool. I don't just like go on random. I don't even go on the freaking discovery part of Instagram anymore, to be honest. But yeah, like, I just focus on the girls that I want, honestly, and then you won't be into this thing. And that's why I would say, in counter to what Wheat Waffles is saying, just don't go after the girls who follow down that path. Unfortunately, with social media and everything, a lot of girls are following, but there still are girls that don't even have an Instagram, or they are on Instagram and they just use it to watch other people's stories and stuff. They're not really on pictures on Instagram. They barely have any photos and anything like that. So that's why I always encourage you guys to go out and talk to women in person. Of course, you got to learn how to do that thing. There's trial and error, and it's a very weird time for guys to do that, but I still encourage it regardless. But let's continue.
Where she stops is her decision. Finally, the last problem caused by Instagram is it increases women's standards for looks just because of the fact Instagram is mostly about looks. What I mean by this is a lot of women have on their mind wanting an attractive boyfriend simply because he'll look good on social media. And they can't risk damaging their reputation by posting some ugly guy on their profile. Therefore, even if there is a man out there who they would date for his personality, there is a decrease in the likelihood she'll date him, as she realises she could get laughed at online for being with someone average to below average in looks. Anyway, that's the major problems associated with Instagram. I mean,
not necessarily if she's on the same level. Even in that picture that he's shown, she's not, like, much better looking than that guy, just being honest. I mean, like, he rated that guy a 4 out of 10. She's probably like a 5 out of 10. Or, not being mean, that's just my opinion, okay? Some of y'all might rate her lower or higher, I don't know. But yeah, it's not like she was like crazier looking. So yeah, it's called, I forgot what it's called, but it's called like something like assorted dating or something like that, where people kind of try to match people who kind of look as attractive as they do, something like that. But yeah, I don't agree with that, Mr. Weedy.
And how it affects dating for guys. But when we move over to TikTok, things here are arguably worse. The biggest problem caused by TikTok is it inflates women's perceptions of male attractiveness. TikTok uses a discovery algorithm to show the audience videos they might enjoy, and the biggest input to the algorithm is watch time, i.e. how much time a person spends watching a clip before swiping away. Anyway, you can see from this compilation there are a lot of attractive girls. But for women who use TikTok, their algorithm floods them with the best looking guys. Because when they come across a top 5% looks guy on TikTok, they are likely to give him a fraction more attention and watch time than they would for an average to below average looks guy. And therefore, when she opens the app next time, there is an increased chance she'll be shown the attractive guy, thus reinforcing the algorithm's feedback loop. Furthermore, because all women are likely behaving the same, the discovery overloads them with exclusively top 5% guys. And this is why you see on TikTok the vast majority of men look like this, which in the eyes of women in their late teens and early 20s are the most attractive men available. What are the consequences of this? Well,
the
when women are
consequences?
bombarded with only seeing the most attractive guys, it skews their perception on what a justifiable look standard is. So to
Yeah.
put simply, a woman might see all the top 5% guys, and from this pick the middle guy as having enough of a looks level so she would date. However, when she goes back in the real world, the guys in her class, college,
All
work,
these
or friends
random
will likely be
dudes.
nowhere near the standards she's used to on TikTok. Therefore, she rejects these
TikTok.
men and waits on the imaginary TikTok guy who doesn't exist in real life. Secondly, the problems TikTok causes is
Okay, let me just
dual
stop right there. I think that like he's definitely right, and it's I don't know particularly how TikTok would affect it. I'm not too much on TikTok, to be honest. I go on there. Shoot, I have a TikTok and I barely even post on there. Still follow it though. But yeah, I totally agree with him. I think that social media in general just inflates a lot of women's like standards. I wouldn't say ego. I would say more so their standards in dating, to thinking that this this is the norm when it's the top 5% in terms of looks. Like somebody who's like has a very defined face or six pack and stuff, like it's not very it's not very common as you would think, although it should be. So just keep working out. I'm still working on myself. But yeah, like I like it definitely switches up how women think on in terms of that. And also like even with like height, like girls think that guys are like just 6 feet tall all around, and even with like just finances too, or like guys just walking around making 100K per year. You know, it's just the internet's kind of messed it up all around, you know. And he's definitely TikTok is more of a new app, I would say, you know. I don't think it was even like maybe for the past like 5 years or whatever, maybe like the past like maybe 2 or 3 years it has blown up. But I don't think like it's definitely uh has a big impact on society and stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't point it to one app. It was just, I would say, or even these three apps, it's a cumulative of the internet itself. So yeah, but let's continue.
So far, I've talked mainly about the problems on the consumer side. However, there's debatably a bigger impact to a smaller number of people on the creator side. What
Oh.
I've noticed on TikTok is it's very easy for a talentless nobody to blow up overnight. I, for one, know countless girls that have had a one-hit wonder getting 500k views on a
Yo.
single video. And once this happens a few times, more often than not, it goes straight to their heads. But what they don't understand is that their so-called accomplishment was actually quite easy, and the algorithm designed it to be that way.
Okay, I just gotta say this, but TikTok is one of the easiest platforms to grow on, especially if you're a woman. I feel like it's very targeted towards young women. I think there's more users on there that are women, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's the easiest platform to grow on. Even I can say that, like a lot of the TikToks I've posted, like they haven't like blown up or anything like crazy like that, but they have definitely, you get more views, you get more clicks than on YouTube video. YouTube is a very hard platform to grow on, but TikTok is very easy, and that's why I don't really pay too much attention to it per se. I will definitely post more content and stuff on TikTok, but it's not like the biggest priority to me. It's very easy to grow on TikTok. That's why I don't really even take it seriously, to be honest.
For anyone who doesn't know, TikTok's algorithm is very generous and will occasionally
so.
push low follower profiles to the top. And this is
Oh,
especially
okay, I didn't know
true
that.
for any new creators. Because the algorithm will deliberately push one or two of a new creator's uploads within their first 20 posts. So then it triggers a huge dopamine rush for them. And then
actually
this
didn't know
high
that.
causes them to become hooked and upload more in order to try reach the same view spike the algorithm gave them originally. Exactly what TikTok wants. However, this will scarcely happen because the blessing they had at the beginning from a fresh new account is already gone. And this explains why it's almost impossible to maintain a reputation on TikTok. Ask yourself, how long does the average TikTok creator stay relevant for?
Honestly, I wouldn't know.
Here on YouTube, it's bad enough. Creators are lucky to stay relevant for 3 years. For TikTok, it's more like 3 weeks. So, when these women post some video that took zero talent and no more than 10 minutes to produce,
this
but still
easiest
gets them
videos.
500k views, they are misled to believe their value is way higher than it actually is. Anyway, those are the main problems associated with TikTok for both the consumers and creators. And finally, when we move over to Tinder, which is the final platform causing chaos,
Tinder.
we see there is little to be optimistic about as a man in dating. The main problems associated with Tinder are purely mathematical. Tinder has a 3-to-1 ratio of men to women, which right off the bat puts favour in the hands of women. However, even more shockingly, the amount of matches both men and women get is extremely skewed because of the fact men swipe right way more than women on average. The data shows men swipe right on just over half of the profiles they see, whereas women swipe right on only 5% of men. And yes, though this might not concretely be the top 5%, for the most part it is, because it'll likely be the same guys who are attractive, tall, high status with great photos that are hoarding all the likes.
Hold on, I want you guys to pay attention to that stat that he just showed. They only swipe 5% of the time, where guys swipe 53% more. That is freaking crazy. I didn't know it was that bad. I knew that girls like barely swiped on guys or whatever. But I mean, yeah, I knew the ratio was bad. I knew the swipe rate was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad. And that's why I tell a lot of you guys, don't focus on online dating or whatever. Use it as kind of a side tool to use, in my opinion. I don't think you should just completely get rid of it. It should be like a side thing to use. Your main thing should be actually going out and seeing women, going to social places and things like that. And also improving yourself physically and all those things. And just socially too, because a lot of guys are very weird and very like, they can come off as creepy and stuff. You gotta understand to have some social awareness to where you can go up to a girl and not creep her out or surprise her or anything. Because that's one thing you gotta get past, is the creep factor when you're approaching women, you know, just in general. Unless you are one of them top 5% guys, but even those guys, you know, they have a little bit of problems dating too. You know, they people think that they don't go through any problems with women or anything like that, but they do. So it's even the same thing with those guys. But yeah, like use online dating as a side thing, not the main thing. All these sites, not even just Tinder, all these dating sites are going to be in favor of women. Like, it's not even a game. Honestly, I don't blame people if they want to not even use online dating, because most of the times I have gone on dates and went out with women and everything, it's been from in-person interaction. Yes, I've gotten a couple from online and stuff, but it's definitely been from in person. I've gotten better results from in person, because the thing about online dating is they can't see your personality, they can't see your charisma, they can't see like necessarily how you dress, how you smell, and all these things like that come into account. They're just seeing your picture and they're swiping left or right. Some of them won't even look at your second or first picture. I mean, your second or third picture. They'll just look at your first picture and go for that and then swipe. If you ever seen a girl swipe on their phone or whatever, because I have some female friends, and if you ever seen them swipe on the phone, they just nope. Like, it's crazy, man. So yeah, definitely I would say use it as your secondary or third way to get girls. Definitely not your main thing. And I think a lot of guys use the dating apps because they're because of the fear of rejection, and then also, like, and I get that from the climate that we in, just worries about how you get rejection or being labeled a creep and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like you have to take risk in order to have some type of success, and I feel like the more you do certain things, the better you get at it, you know. But let's continue.
And what's more, Tinder only reinforces this monopoly further with their ruthless algorithm. The way it works is when a woman goes on Tinder, she may only swipe through 20 to 30 profiles before getting bored and closing the app. And of these
Yeah, a
20
lot
to
of girls
30
just do the online
profiles,
dating
they are
'cause they're
going to
bored
be the
too.
most
That's
in
another thing.
demand and best looking men, as that is how the algorithm is programmed to promote. So in other words, if you're in the bottom 95%, there's a decent chance you won't even be seen. This is what many guys think makes online dating such a kick in the teeth. It's like the Bible extract. For whoever has, to him shall more be given, and whoever does not have, even what he has shall be taken away from him. There is probably no better example of this than Tinder. The top 5% of men already have received blessings genetically, and then they are blessed further by the algorithm as it gives a helping hand. Whereas for average to below average guys, they're already in a crap position, and then the algorithm makes it even worse by pushing them further and further down the card stack. Now, some guys then go on to cope by talking about perfecting the bio or things like
bio
that.
does not
However,
fucking
what
matter.
these
They
guys
just
don't
look at your picture
understand
and
is when
swipe.
it comes to Tinder, looks is essentially the only thing you can bring to
And
the table.
not just Tinder,
and
every
if you've ever had
dating
the
site.
displeasure of watching a female friend swiping in real life, you'll know
Oh.
this point is true. What this
speaking
means
facts.
is if you're a guy who in real life has good connections, social skills, status, game, etc., you might have decent chances when talking to girls offline. However, on
facts.
Tinder, there's no chance you'll be able to compete with the top 5%, and you're basically
Exactly.
wasting your time. The underlying problem is Tinder is a rigged game with an uneven playing field. Your chances are left out of your control and are instead dictated by the looks you have and a merciless algorithm.
Exactly.
Anyway, that wraps up the problems with Tinder and its effects on men's dating. If you enjoyed today's content, check out my other
gonna
video
say?
on online dating now, and make sure to press the like button and to leave any thoughts you have in the comments below, as it all helps the YouTube,
The YouTube
algorithm.
algorithm. I'm always waiting for him to say that with the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, nah. All jokes aside, he is definitely speaking some facts. Like with all the just social media in general has kind of ruined dating. For not just men, for women too, in a certain way. But yeah, only thing I'll say about that is just you guys gotta improve. You know, you guys gotta improve. I think that it's not as bad as the internet makes it seem like, and maybe that could be because of my environment, because of my geography, because I live in New York in such a densely populated area to where it's like there are so many women, rather than where if you live like somewhere in Ohio or in the suburbs to where you got to drive everywhere or drive to certain social places, or there might not even be that many social places. So I can understand in that sense how the dating environment could be so crazy now, and why I might have different results other than like somebody who lives in a suburban area or whatever. So I gotta separate that and take that into account. But yeah, I do think regardless of where you are, you do have to improve on your fitness, improve on, you know, the way you dress too. I see a lot of plain looking guys. You don't gotta wear the stuff that I wear. You know, I do wear some expensive stuff and some Nikes and some Jordans and things like that. You don't gotta dress like me, but make sure that you wear stuff that is clean, that is fits the contours of your body. Like, I don't know if you can notice, like even with this shirt, it's a plain little shirt right here, but it fits to the physique of my body. And also you want to work out so that you make sure you have like a good physique for your clothes to even hug to, because if you're looking like a bowling ball, then it's just not gonna look right on you or whatever. And I mean, the proof is I've seen the proof. Like I said, it could just be that I'm in the densely populated area, why I see these guys who are shorter or whatever, or who just wouldn't be like the best looking guys or whatever, who get girls and they still get girls. Maybe I don't know if that's just the biggest factor that changes it, but I do see them get girls. And what's the determining factor? They have game, they dress good, they, you know, have their finances in order. You know, I'm not saying you're going to get a Victoria's Secret model or you're going to get an Instagram model or anything like that, because those guys don't. Some of them do, but most of those guys don't. But you will increase your chances to get a girl, or get a girl who's a girl who's decently looking. And also, if you are like looking for those models and all those stuff, maybe your standards might just be too high. You know, just you got to check yourself on that too, you know. But that's the end of the video. Like and comment, and let me know what video you want me to react to. BQ quick review, you know how we do.
Pick up the pieces and patches, I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my piece less, it's real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence, cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid. Pick up the pieces and patches, I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my piece less, it's real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence, cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid.